Alright, going over, I don't know if this is Erin Larkin, the girl that's supposedly lying in the investigation. But, yeah, tag archives, Erin Larkin. I believe this is her blog, one of them. This is the one I was looking at last night in my other video, or the last video I did of Maura Murray. And she too has done some mapping out. And another name has came up, Forcier, if I'm pronouncing that right. Disappearing person of interest, Forcier. So now I have to look him up. It seems that most everything we cite as evidence is either rumor, misunderstanding, or simply odd behavior. I will grant you he has been uncooperative and probably worse, but without any knowledge of the official investigation, I have yet to see anything persuasive. I will focus this on the incident that seems to have put him on the radar of investigators. The sighting that wasn't. On May 6th, record, don't use that word often, reported that a man had come forward with a potential sighting of Maura Murray on the night of her disappearance. There may be a break in the case involving, I don't know, when was this? It does not say when this was written. Let me check real quick. 2014, 2019, archive, that's updated. Recent, now what caught my attention on this, because of course I got something about this woman being, lying about where she was and all this crap, being on the same track and, track team, all this crazy stuff. Her traveling up and down near the crash site, whatever. She could have possibly drove by the crash site and not known who it was. But, I didn't get to this part yet. But, it goes, I just wanted to see a date. Earlier on topic, January 12, 2009. Whitewash provided consistent information about the sighting. I didn't get down to this yet. I mean, what caught my eye was this one about this guy here, Forcier. Now, I wanted to see a date on this. But it says 2019, so this could be still very active blog. I will focus on the post of the incident that seems to have put him on the radar. As I said, on May 6th, the record that a man came for, I don't know, on May 6th, I was going to say, what the hell, February, May, yeah. Sighting of Maura Murray on the night of her disappearance. There may be a break in the case, blah, blah, blah. The night after she was involved in a one-car accident in a rural Route 112 in Haverhill, New Hampshire. State Police Trooper John Scarinzo said a witness came forward. My information have seen Maura about 4 or 5 miles east of the accident scene. Scarinzo said a man whom he declined to identify was returning from a construction job in Franconia area when he spotted a young woman matching Murray's description, hurrying east on Route 112, about an hour after her accident. So here we have the site, east, of course, going towards Bennington, where that would have been her probably destination, like I showed all them resorts en route in this area. And he was coming home. I guess this is where that map comes down, that guy in that one area I did show in a video of mine, but never looked any further into this guy. And what We later learned that this construction worker was local resident Rick Forcier, who lived in the intersection of Route 12 and Bradley Hill Road. In this post, I will generally refer to him as CW, construction worker. Adapted from Topics, another friggin' guy from Topics. Remember, the 112 Dirtbag is from Topics. At the time, law enforcement considered it a credible lead, and search was conducted in the area of the sighting. However, nothing was found, and it seems that the CW then became a key person of interest in Maura's disappearance, although we have heard that he had become a person of interest much earlier based on statements he made to law enforcement, the media. From my own read of timeline, he came onto the radar an investigation with the sighting a couple of months later. August 3rd, 2011, James Renner offered an explanation on his blog of how the incident transpired. I spoke to Diane and Rusty Cowles, who lived across from Forcier on Bradley Hill and still see him to this day. Forcier explained, and this is from Renner, to them that it was only when he was going over his bills that he pieced together that he had been working in Franconia the night Maura vanished and must have been coming home about a half an hour after the accident. He thought back on that night and figured it must have been the same evening he saw what he thought at the time to be a teenage boy in a hoodie crossing the road quickly in front of him near 116, several miles east of the crash site. He wondered if it could have been Maura. Early on Topics, January 12, 2009, poster Whitewash. What a name. Another poster that could be who know who in that behind that screen. Who knows who, right? Providing consistent information about the sighting. CW and some neighbors were talking, and he mentioned seeing someone running, but wasn't sure when, and then he went to look at the missing person poster, called the New Hampshire State Police. In the meantime, this person told the store owner, who was in almost daily contact with Fred. It was my understanding Fred immediately contacted CW. The ex saw it in the news. Then she jumped on the bandwagon of the law enforcement PIs. It's traditionally been through that the construction worker saw a female wearing a dark coat, a light-colored hood. Questions were raised about whether this matched the previous unreleased ATM footage, which in the footage, she was wearing a white coat with, I believe, say, dark sleeves. Not the other way around. So something is right with the coat thing is very fishy. Did this witness have information that had been held back by law enforcement? And indeed, when the ATM footage was released, we saw she was wearing a light jacket. No kidding. Did it possibly have a light hood consistent with the sighting? However, if we look more closely, there is no identification that he claims to have seen. 1, a female, 2, a dark coat, or 3, a light hood. In fact, it seems that described seeing what he thought was a teenage boy in a hoodie. Now, there was so much stuff going on in that night. Of course, we had the suicide kid, the Caledonian recorded 5604, calls a sighting about an hour after the accident, whereas the Boston Globe 57 notes their witness said he saw Maura around 7 p.m. on February 9th around the time. So this guy, right, got all these different times, comes in late, claims to see a teenage boy, all right? It could have been, but if he said 7 p.m. and then he can't get his time right, then that obviously was somebody else. So, just to think. Now, this is what I thought when I read all this, and I'm going to stop right here. Remember the Vermont girl that I spoke of? The one with the friggin' car backed into the barn. All right? Now, I'm not saying that this person running, well, this person could, maybe. But then again, that red pickup truck, you gotta think, was there, picked her up, got her out of there quick. Whatever he did to get her out, that murderer did. That killer did to get her out of there, he did a damn good job. But it's just, I mean, they're running across my mind because that one in Vermont that worked at the Black Lantern, I can't remember her damn name. But I said that this girl's car looked like it slammed into the back of the house. And why? Because there was someone in the back seat of that car, like I said, and was parked at that barn with another vehicle. And when he surprised her jumping up at the back seat, that's right, she waited until, he must have got her close to that barn, told her to back up. And when he tried to get out the back, she tried to get out, and he stopped her and slammed that rear end of the friggin' car right into the house or barn. Yeah, the barn. And that's why that car, I think, was banged into that damn barn, because she got spooked. The person was there, jumped her, slammed the car in reverse, and he forced her to get to that place, to get her in another car, and got out of there. So, I mean, if someone was running fast, and who knows, maybe when the red pickup truck left that store, I mean, I can't say that he drove by and then stopped down the street and then took Maura and dragged her down there and then, or whatever. Unless, he might have been loco, but then again, that leads all the way out to the Salvation Army call. So, I mean, this person running in the road, I was gonna say, could have parked somewhere, ran to go get her, but no. I swear that could have been, this person running in the road, I'm probably thinking of someone else. But, because these time frames as they come in now, and you can see right here, 7 p.m., the accident happened around 7:27, 7:25 or whatever. C.W. Houston, his sighting would have been around 7:15, 7:25, and would have arrived home at 7:27, 7:36. Because I guess this ride from Franconia to this house near around this area, about a 35-40 minute drive, and he left about 6:30 or something. But I mean, but if he didn't see Maura at 7 p.m. or 7:15 or 7:25, now he might have seen her at 8:10 p.m. All this is irrelevant. And I mean, for someone to be out running around this time of the night, there was a lady walking to the store. How does he know that wasn't someone else walking to the store, walking home, or, went out to do something, run an errand or whatever? But law enforcement verified that he left Franconia at 7 p.m. Then there was no way in hell if he left at 7, he'd get, unless he's hauling ass, got to the crash scene by that time and seen her, let alone see her walking fast down the road. There's just no way. And this is all just a crazy, put this guy on the radar is right. And here we have Saturn up here. Sight a trailer in 2004 instead of being prepared, facing. Yeah, this way he's coming from. This is that road that I said that she got probably spooked, went down here, turned around, started heading back west because whoever was following that red pickup. And here's the bus driver's thing. So, I mean, this, what I'm getting at with all this is that this is another throw me off case now. Whether or not this Aaron Larkin is putting this out there because this guy's times, the story is just all off. I mean, someone in a hoodie and he couldn't get the white hoodie, black thing, black hoodie. Well, she had white friggin' coat on with no hoodie or whatnot. You know, this is all irrelevant too. I mean, but it's just funny how they got all these articles up and everybody just keeps putting more stuff to lure away from what really needs to be found. And that's that red pickup truck. Whoever rode in that red pickup truck is the killer and knows where she is, and wherever that truck is, the killer is. I mean, this just goes on and on and on, and this is from that. So I don't know what this Aaron Larkin is and why this other article comes up of her being involved or lying and knows something. You know what? This more loose ends, more crazy stuff to think about. But this guy, I don't even think he's even involved. Yeah, he might have drove by the crash scene or whatever. He might have maybe saw somebody. But I swear to God, this is all just irrelevant. There's no way this guy, I don't think, had nothing to do with her murder. Because her scent would have went to his house, whether or not she got in that truck or not. And I'm about to wonder if this is the guy that they did the basement thing in, because if it is, well, then this really is just get the hell out of here. But just another crazy thought and theory that, and even she says it in this article, because everything is made up, misunderstanding. Evidence is either a rumor, and this one here, another speculation, another just, wipe it away. This ain't it. This guy ain't it. But I just wanted to go over that because every time I find someone gets me something new, like, Thunderbolt, something else comes up. I look at something else. I look at that name and poof, this comes up. Till that next video, be safe, take care, and always beware, because person, man, still out there. And everybody's just pulling away from it. Everybody just keeps pulling away, whether she knows something or not. It's just getting insane. And these are just stories here just to make you read more. This guy ain't got nothing to do with it. I highly doubt it. Where's his red pickup? Did he ever own one? No. That's the proof right there. Did he have a red pickup? Did he own one? If not, leave it alone. This story's irrelevant. It needs to go away. Out.